Girls, what are we doing?
Running in the wet.
Yeah.
Why?
Because, why not? We have to enjoy the rain.
Yeah, if you can run in this, you can run in anything. Pretty windy too. We were going to run on the trails that I normally run on, but yeah, there's trees falling down and stuff. So we came to where it's nice and open, extra windy, but at least it's safe. Here we go. Let's not prolong this, let's go. Up the hill we go. Little tip for those who use GoPros. Apparently, if you lick the screen, it stops it fogging.
Well, I tell you what, I am very glad that I've been teaching myself how to embrace things when they don't go according to plan, because this week has been a shocker. The weather's been horrific for running, destructive to properties, including our own. We spent one whole day chopping up trees that had fallen down on our property, but at least we weren't this guy. Check out this car. We had a power outage for 3 days. I tried to meet my friend up in Olinda this morning, and I got maybe 2Ks into the run before I had to turn around because I just couldn't get through the trees. That's the featured run you see going here. Couldn't go around them, couldn't go under, couldn't go over. Sent my friend a few messages, which he didn't get until he had been waiting for about 50 minutes for me. Sorry about that, Adam. So I just went and ran somewhere else. I still got my Ks in, but just wasn't the morning that I had planned. And then I get to my computer this afternoon to get on with the editing, and it's not working. So now I have to do this filming, drive 40 minutes to work and do the editing there. So definitely not the ideal week, but as you can see from the video earlier, just learning to find joy in the non-ideal circumstances. So of course me and the girls could easily have not run the day we did this filming, but we thought we'll try and make a game of it. Go and get as soaking as possible, and I think we did a pretty good job of that. This morning I could have just turned around and run home when the paths were all blocked up and I couldn't get through, but I thought I'll just go run somewhere else. And there were just quite a few times along the way where I thought, well, if I don't hit my kilometre goals this week, that's fine, I'll just have a week off. But it was good to be able to pivot and just find a way to squeeze in the kilometres. So a quick rundown of the week. Monday, I enjoyed my rest day as planned. Tuesday, I normally go out for a long run. but the weather was disgusting, so I pivoted there. That's when we did the run in the rain. I also did the beep test, which is a fitness test. My best score in that ever is 13.3, and I got quite close to that, 13.1. So there's some good signs there. I'm not right at the top of my training program like I was when I was getting the 13.3, and I'm already nearly there. Wednesday became my bigger day. I went and did the 16 kilometers, all went well there. Thursday I was meant to meet a different friend to go running, but the night before, that's when all those massive storms came through, and we both weren't able to go and run in the morning. So what I ended up doing on the way to work, I stopped at where I used to run. I used to do my speed test, I suppose. 3.25 kilometers is the course, and I've run that, I don't know, maybe 100 times. So I ran that and it felt really good. It was pretty slippery, so I didn't think I would go all that well in terms of time. But it turns out I ran a 1 second PB, which was really cool because I used to run that course when I was marathon fit. So, and again, another good sign of where I am fitness-wise, and another good indicator that I'm going to be able to beat my 3 hours 15 mark. That will be a personal best if I can do that when we reach the October marathon. But we've got the half marathon to worry about first. 6Ks in the dark Friday night. Didn't start off dark, but I definitely ran a little too late in the evening. Saturday again, no soccer this week because of COVID restrictions. So I went and did 5Ks at the track. I was pretty happy with the time. And then this morning, the featured run that you can see, 25 kilometers. And I did it at a pretty light pace, but it was really good to get out there for over 2 hours and really just keep the heart rate up for an extended period of time. These are the trail shoes I ran in this morning. It's the Nike Wild Horse 6. My dad pointed out that I still haven't kind of given my impressions on these yet. I've only run in them twice, but the few things that I like a lot, they are really, really comfy, even though they're built for not just running on the roads. I actually had to run quite a lot on roads and hard paths today just because of the lack of accessibility of the trails today. But they're still really comfy underfoot, which surprised me because I thought they might just feel a bit clunky. Of course, they've got some nice grip at the bottom, or lugs, these are called, just to help you get plenty of traction. So I'll be testing that out hopefully next week on the sloppy trails. And I think the thing I like about these the most, I'm new to trail shoes, but they have a plastic plate in here that is a rock guard. So I don't know if you've ever run on trails in runners, but you can sometimes feel the sharp big rocks really poking into your foot, and you can even bruise your feet from that, and it really wrecks the shoes too. This has a guard in there to protect your foot from that. You can still tell when you hit those, I guess, dangerous rocks, but it doesn't hurt at all, and it doesn't hurt the shoe either. So I'm really appreciating that. They should be dry enough now. I'll put them away for the week. So for the week, 70 kilometers covered, which was a little bit above expected. 66 was my expectation for this week. With the busyness of this week, it was great to be able to get all those runs in, but one thing I did miss out on was walking. I did miss that this week, but I really hope to be able to get back into that in a decent way next week. You've probably noticed my tip of the week each week has a lot to do with my experiences over the last week. One of my favorite quotes from my most favorite band, U2, was from the lead singer, and he often says, recently at least, that you preach what you need to hear. So I'm kind of telling myself this when I give you the tips as well. So my tip of this week is pivot. If things aren't going to plan, that's okay. Just change the plans a little bit. That's why I have a training plan up here. It's not a training regiment. They are not musts up there. They're just guides, and that's what I would like to be able to do. So if you can, just alter your plans to suit whatever's happening for you that week, rather than just throwing in the towel and saying, well, it's just not my week, I just won't run. Of course, there are some circumstances where it's safer to not get out and run, or where things pop up and you just literally don't have the time to do it, or injuries as well. Through changing plans a little bit, you can get to the end of the week and still be really pleased with what you've achieved, even if it wasn't exactly what you set out to do. So the tip of the week is don't throw in the towel, just pivot. All right, I better wrap it up here. I've got a bit of work to do. So thank you for tuning in to The Wannabe Runner, and I will see you again next week. Oh, by the way, I realised I said last week that I was going to be analysing my running technique this week. But in the spirit of pivoting, I'll move that to next week. It's going to take a little bit more work. But I'll be working on my technique this week, but I'll show you exactly what I'm working on. I'll explain it all in next week's vlog.